Well, where did the year go? Happy New Year to you. It's 2026. Let's do this. The year of knitting more. Hey everyone, it's Hannah and welcome to the Corner of Craft podcast. I hope that you're well. I hope that you had a lovely festive period if you celebrate Christmas, if you didn't, and I hope you had a wonderful new year. It is January the 2nd. Well, when I'm recording this, it's New Year's Eve, but when you're watching this, it's January the 2nd, or at least when I'm uploading this, it's January the 2nd. So I thought I would start the year by me showing you the projects that I have been working on and recently finished. So then we start afresh, basically, from here on out. Everything that I work on from here on out. We got some projects from last year that you need a bit of conclusion on. First things first, I did not knit this jumper. It is beautiful. I wish I had the skill and talent. It's very thick and very warm. I tried to clip my mic onto it and I think it's too thick and the magnet didn't work. And yeah, we found it a vintage seller at a Christmas market we went to. So Mario, my husband, bought it and popped it away for Christmas, and now I've had it for Christmas and now I have a new jumper. It's very exciting. I've worn it a good amount. It's 100% wool. Some would call it very scratchy, but I only have a t-shirt on underneath this and I'm perfectly content with it not being itchy at all. It says US Ski Team on it, so I don't really know what that means, but I thoroughly enjoy it. It's very warm, very cozy, very comfy. And yeah, I'm going to be wearing this a lot. I cannot believe that 2025 is gone. I don't actually know where the year went. It's the year that I went back to work, even though I technically worked at the end of 2024. It's the year that I went back to work. I did a yarn show. I did an advent. I did not as much knitting as I would like to. And yeah. Oh, I haven't finished this jumper. There was me. I've woven all, I thought, oh yeah, I've woven all my ends in. I haven't woven all my ends in. I've got where I've joined the yarn up. Well, that's an almost finished object then. I will finish it immediately after I've recorded this. Anyway, yes. I'm not going to do a roundup of all the projects that I've knit in the year. I do find those videos very interesting to watch, but I actually can't remember all the things that I've knit in the year. So I'm not going to be doing a roundup like that. Maybe in 2026 I'll keep better note, but I said that for 2025. I said I was going to keep my Ravelry page updated. I have not done that, so yeah, I need to do better at that. I had a lovely Christmas. My parents came up and spent Christmas with them and my auntie as well, so that was lovely. Went to the in-laws on Boxing Day, and yeah, it was just busy with lots of people around, which upset the pickle, who is my 18-month-old. I don't show her face. I don't share her name. I don't share her name. I don't show her face on social media, just in case you're new and you don't know what's going on. But she is fondly referred to as the pickle because she is a bit of a pickle. But yes, it was a little overwhelming having people over to our house every night for almost a week. So towards the end, because my parents went home yesterday, so we last saw them on Monday, she was starting to get a bit like, I don't know, overwhelmed and like, I don't know, not herself, crying lots, frustrated, whatever. Also, she's not in nursery right now, so that's the routine that's been disrupted. And yeah, so it's a lot of change. There's a lot of things happening. So we're taking it easy today. She's currently napping. Mario is also here, so when she wakes up, he can have her. Do not panic. But yes, yeah, had a lovely Christmas, thoroughly spoiled, we all were, and I'm excited and raring to go to get into 2026. I really want to. I said this last year, didn't I? Get this stash down a little bit. I need to not add to it as much, but I can't make any promises because I really like buying yarn. I just need to use it more, which is fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Shall we start with finished objects? Oh, if you'd like to follow me on social media, links can all be found in the description box below. I also have podcast notes. They can also be found in the description, or a link to the podcast notes can be found in the description box if you want any more information about any of the projects that I'm sharing with you. Yes, finished objects. This is technically a finished object, but I do need to block it, which is why I've not cut the ends off, but I have woven them in. I knit the baby ouster cardigan, which, oh, this is a knitting crochet podcast. Oh, hello, if you're new, I'm filling you in on who all my family members are. I'm not filling you in on who I am. Hello, I'm Hannah. I am a yarn dyer. I also make bead-woven stitch markers. My business is Chromatic Yarns. It used to be called The Corner of Craft. We had a rename last year. And yeah, I'm coming at you today from a beautifully sunny but very, very cold Nottingham here in the UK. Yes, like Robin Hood, the very same. And yeah, if you'd like to follow me on social media, links can all be found in the description box below. Sorry, I'm out of practice, folks. I'm really out of practice. I haven't filmed a video in, what, 2 weeks? No, it's not. It's been a week and a bit. But it feels like a lot has happened in that time. Anyway, this is the baby ouster cardigan by the Knit Pearl Girl. Fun fact, if you've not watched before, you will notice that I knit the same patterns frequently when it comes to baby knits. This is for my friend who, well, they had their baby yesterday. So that's very exciting, but I'd knit this in preparation. We knew that they were having a girl. This is a beautiful cardigan made up of Andalusian rib, which is a beautiful design. I've made this cardigan a number of times, both with the rib and without. The yarn is the Crafty Bird. It's her 100% superwash merino base, and it is technically a 4-ply yarn, but I've held it double for this because it's a DK weight pattern. I knit the newborn size. And yeah, these buttons are cute. Got them from Søstrene Grønne. Is that how it's said? I don't know. I don't speak that language. Sisters Green. Nice buttons. Thought that they were just kind of timeless. I originally started knitting this jumper because I wanted to use as much of the skein up as possible. I actually have just a tiny ball left, so it's worked out quite well. But I originally started knitting this cardigan in the second size, thinking, oh yeah, I'll use up more yarn. No. I got to almost one arm and I was like, I'm not going to knit the other arm and a button band out of this that's left over. So I frogged it back. And here we are. I have done a proper tubular cast off with the slip stitch rows and everything. So we've got a proper tubular cast off. As soon as I've recorded this, I'm going to pop this into soak and get it blocking so then I can send it off to my friends. Now the baby's arrived. I picked up the button band, knit one, purl one, 3 buttons, lovely. I've knit this pattern so many times. I really like it. I really enjoy it. It's a good pattern. I'm going to be sad once the pickle grows out of me being able to knit this pattern for her. And it's timeless. It's a timeless knit. And I think cardigan's useful for babies, especially when it's incredibly cold like it is now. So this is what I've made. I will likely make, I've got another friend who is expecting and due in end of March. So I'll probably knit another one of these. I've got some grey yarn in here that I'm going to use. I almost bought some more yarn the other day and I was like, no, I actually did buy some for this purpose because we don't know what they're choosing not to find out what they're having. Not that only girls can wear pink, but you know. So I've got some grey, gender neutral grey. It's a nice silver colour. It's not just grey, but yes. Next finished object. I've just taken these off Mario's feet. He's worn them. He loves them. They've had a few wears already. They will likely go in the wash after today. So just a little heads up to you. Yeah, I finished Mario's socks. Like I say, they've just come off his feet. These socks I knit him and gifted him for Christmas. I started them a while ago, but the yarn is Opal, the Magic Forest Zauberwald in Baby Dragon's First Flight. Beautiful. Beautiful. They're sisters, not twins. They're almost lined up, but not exactly, and that's absolutely fine. For Mario socks, I use a 2.5mm needle and 72 stitches, and I do a heel flap and gusset because he likes how it fits better, and that's fine. I don't mind knitting them anymore. And then I did something a bit different for the toe, because you may know, do I have one of his socks here? Not one with a hole where they usually get holes. He usually gets holes on the side of his toes. So I've done a different toe this time. He was still saying that I've still not done it perfectly. I've decreased in that, usually I decrease in the opposite direction to the way that the toe's going. So the decreases lean outwards and the toes go inwards. I don't know why, it's just the one that everyone does. But this one I did the decreases going inwards. So hopefully it's a bit better. You don't get that gap that I get on my socks. There's my sock. This is one of my socks. This is not worn. I need to take it downstairs. I get a little gap between my stitches when I do my usual decreases. So I've done different decreases this time, and you don't get the gap as much. Although saying that, on this one I spotted I do have a gap, and I don't know why. Where is it? Here. Why do I get a gap there? Because that's where the stitches wear. That's where holes get, as well as everywhere else. I need to teach him to repair socks this year. So I don't know why that one has a gap, but this one doesn't. But I don't know. I'm trying a different toe. You've been telling me for ages, try a different toe. And you've been saying, do a left foot and a right foot. But he often puts these on at 3 in the morning. He's a baker. So he's not going to be paying attention to which foot goes on which. So I'm not going to do a left foot and a right foot, even though that would probably be the best solution for him. It's just so annoying when I spend so long knitting socks for him and he wears them out so quickly because he's so hard on them, because he stands up all the time. So I shouldn't complain, because I should be grateful that he's wearing his socks, but at the same time it's frustrating. That is all. I also knit Mario a hat for Christmas. This is yarn from, do I have my phone on me or did I leave it downstairs? Oh no, it is here. Let me find the hat pattern. So the pattern that I used is the Ribbed Beanie by Emily Baldwin. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Uses DK weight yarn, which is what I used. This I bought actually at East Anglia Yarn Festival this year 2025. Last year for you, this year for me. The last East Anglia Yarn Festival from Eden Cottage Yarn. It's on their Keswick DK base, which is a tweedy base. And this is the colourway Stone. I used the recommended needle size. So what, 3.5mm? Did I? I must have done 3.5mm. And it's just a basic knit 2 purl 2 hat. I made it significant. I made it longer than the pattern said, because when I got to the point where the pattern said to decrease, it looked short, but actually I think it probably would have been fine. But I just figured it's just extra to keep his ears warm, so that's absolutely fine. He has also worn this a fair amount. I gifted this to him on Christmas Eve because we were going out for a walk on Christmas Eve. So I was like, here, have an early Christmas present, wear your hat. So he did wear his hat. Yes. Mario is very knit-worthy, not only because he's fantastic, but he wears his knits. My mum always knits him jumpers, which is lovely because it means I don't have to. And so I do little accessories, and he always wears all of his jumpers. He always wears all of his accessories, except for when he carelessly loses them. But yes, those are the gifts that I knit for Mario this year. And yeah. He seems to really like them, so that's exciting. The hat didn't actually take me that long to do. It's just, knit 2 purl 2 is not the most exciting. I realised that a lot of my projects that I've worked on this year have been really basic, for lack of a better word. They've very much been stocking stitch or a really basic rib. I've not done anything too elaborate, and maybe that says something about my headspace, because I have just been picking up and putting down projects quite a lot. But I do fancy doing something a little more challenging, especially after watching Game of Wool and seeing all the beautiful things that people are making. I'm like, maybe I need to do a little bit of colour work, or maybe I need to do some cables or a bit of lace or just something more than stocking stitch. Speaking of, I have another finished object. It's a stocking stitch jumper. I need to sew, I forgot to sew the ends in under the arm. So I've got a hole here and I've got one on the back here, just from where I've picked up stitches. I always get a hole. I just sew it up using the end. So this is the Tin Can Knits Flax worsted, but I'm using Aran weight yarn. I haven't done the sleeve detail. I've just done it as a basic stocking stitch jumper. I haven't done the short rows. This is for my pickle. This is massive. I have knit this in the 2 to 4 year size because I didn't see there much point knitting the 1 to 2 year size, seeing as she's 18 months. But actually, she's quite a small 18 months. She's not a tiny 18 months. Like, we're getting towards the end of the 12 to 18 month clothes. That's why I thought there's no point me knitting this in 1 to 2 years. It was better for me to knit it in a bigger size, and then she just wears it next winter instead of this winter. The yarn that I used, plus I had 3 balls of this, so I thought, yes, you get as much use as possible. I used 2 balls, just under. This is the rainbow yarn blue from Aldi, when they had their Aldi Wool Week in September. I need to look up and see when the next one is. And I went the day after my birthday, and then I fell over on the walk back, and it was terribly embarrassing. The policeman stopped and asked me if I was all right. It was a whole thing. It was so embarrassing. Anyway, this is Aran weight. It is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So this will be nice and toasty. And it's only it was only £1.26, £1.29 a ball, like pretty cheap. So I knit this. I cast it on shortly before Christmas. I knit one of the sleeves while watching the Elvis film on iPlayer. I knit the other sleeve whilst watching Sewing Bee on iPlayer, and the Christmas special. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyable knit. The sleeves have pulled. She won't mind, hopefully. This also is unblocked. I finished it last night. So I did, it's technically an Italian cast off, because I didn't do the slip stitch rows. That's the difference, I found out. But I just love how a sewn cast off looks in 1x1 rib. I just think it's worth putting that little bit of extra effort in, because especially with a jumper going to my pickle, I will notice it. Other people won't notice. Other people won't care. I will notice and I will care. So this will be going in her clothes that are much too big for her box. And we will reassess this next year. I used a 4mm needle on the ribbing, and I used a 5mm needle on the rest of it. I didn't swatch, I won't lie. Oh, my stitches, my gauge changed a bit from the stitches to the normal. That's fine. That's fine. That's what blocking's for. No, I should have knit a bit looser. I think, was it this sleeve? This sleeve has quite a tight bit, because it was getting a little bit tense in the Elvis film. But yeah, funny. I really like it. The yarn is quite jazzy, but like I say, it's going to be for a 2-year-old / however old she's going to be when she eventually fits in it, 2.5-year-old. So I'm sure it'll be fine. And if she hates it, that's okay. I had a nice time knitting it, and it can be gifted or donated, whatever. But I don't know when they start to get an opinion about the clothes you put them in. So those are all my finished objects. Oh no, that's not true. I have one more finished object to share with you. I have gifted it. So here's a little video of me talking about it. Hello, it's Christmas Eve. I'm just trying to get this filmed. My hair looks like this because I'm going to be putting a hat on anyway. Hello. I need to put some makeup on. Oh my goodness, this is very shocking. Whatever. I just thought I'd show you one of the things that I made that I will be gifting very, very soon, maybe even today. I've made another beloved bonnet by Tin Can Knits. This yarn is Chromatic Yarns Merino Sock, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. I used a ball of fine china, and well, not a full ball, and I had some Wish left over from when I knit the Pickle the Jumper eons ago now, so I held them double to create this really fun, colourful, jazzy hat. I made the toddler size. For some reason this looks much bigger than the hat I made for the Pickle, but that's okay. This one doesn't have mistakes in it, unlike the other one. I hadn't knit enough rows when I started to do the decreases, so I had to frog back into it again, which was very annoying, but I really like this bonnet pattern. It's really cute. The Pickle finds it comfortable. She keeps it on her head. And yeah, so I'm going to be gifting this to one of the Pickle's little friends who lives around the corner. So it's really cute. The yarn's really soft. And hopefully they like it, because their child also doesn't like to keep hats on. I mean, our Pickle's much better at keeping hats on than their Pickle. So I need to wrap this up and take it over to their house. But I just wanted to share it with you. How cute is that? It's chaos happening upstairs. Anyway, back to Hannah in the past. I really love those bonnets. The Pickle wears hers a lot. Often when I'm holding up two hats, I'm like, which would you like to wear? She'll often pick the bonnet, which is cute. And yeah, she's had good wear of it. So I'm really hoping that my friend's daughter likes it. She opened it yesterday and I got a picture sent through saying that she likes it. So that's nice. And yeah, because we were meant to meet up before Christmas, and then her whole household came down with the lurgy. So like, you know what? I'm just going to let you keep the lurgy in your house and I'm not going to catch it. We'll catch up at some point after Christmas. So I'm just waiting for everyone to get over the lurgy and then I'll have a proper catch up and hang out. But yeah, so that is all my finished objects, and I've only got one work in progress. After finishing this yesterday, this was my last finished object of the year. I only have one work in progress now. I cast this on whilst we went to see Wicked at the end of November, and then I knit on it a bit the other day when we went to, where do we go? Newark? We went out to Newark for the day. I knit this in the car, just a bit, and then I also had a nap. But just a sock, a boring stocking stitch sock. My little Under the Willow Pottery gingerbread stitch marker. Cute, super cute. So this yarn is And Knit, is it? And Knit. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon in the colourway Mrs. Christmas, 365 metres per 100 grams. And I bought this to be a Christmas Eve cast on last year, and then I just didn't do a Christmas Eve cast on last year. I was not in the best mental health last Christmas, so that's fine. Significantly improved this year, which is nice. This is a high twist yarn, and I'm really enjoying knitting with it. But I just think the colourways, I may be a yarn dyer, but I admit where my strengths and weaknesses are. My weakness is I can't be bothered. Okay, I'll be honest. I was trying to be diplomatic and make myself sound better, but let's just tell the truth. I can't be bothered to learn how to do self-striping yarn. I know the theory of it. I just don't want to do it. I can't be asked. I'll be honest. I cannot be bothered. So I will always buy self-striping yarn. And I love this. So thank you to everyone who suggested last year And Knit. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful yarn. So yes, I will be doing Kirby Werby's Afterthought heel. I just need to measure where my heel's going to go. I need to sew the ends in on these socks as well. I'll take these downstairs and do them downstairs. Otherwise, nothing's ever going to get worn. But I'll put a little stitch marker in. I'll likely measure it against this sock that I've knit for myself because they fit quite well. And then we'll go from there. The stripes line up actually not terribly badly. But yes, so I'll likely measure it up against this one and then that'll be fine. I really need to sort out this room. I just really don't like tidying, but I have to. I need to. It's chaos in this room and I need to sort it out. But yes, I'm using 2.25mm higher sharps. All of the knitting needles use higher sharps. I like them. I like the pointiness of them. I don't get a hole in my finger because I don't push the needle with my finger anymore, because I've trained myself out of doing that because it hurts. Yes, 64 stitches. And I'll be doing Kirby Werby's Afterthought Heel, the one where you cut your yarn. And that is everything that I've been knitting. I haven't done any crochet. I don't think I've done any crochet in a little bit. I've got a blanket that I'm working on that I need to cake up more yarn for, and I'll likely cake it up and then have like a blanket burst where I get a chunk of it done, and then I'll be like, and then it will go in a bag for a long time again, and rinse and repeat until the blanket is finished, if it ever gets completed. So yeah, I've done lots of little things. I've not done any big things. I'm here to show you what I'm going to cast on. So this yarn is all caked up because the intention was for me to cast this on my birthday in mid-September, but the pickle was ill on my birthday and just kind of ruined that plan. Bless her. So because she didn't go into nursery, which is absolutely fine. Like, it's not her fault. She's literally skipped one day of nursery, and it happened to be on my birthday. But she wasn't very well, so it's absolutely fine. But the plan was to knit a doppio. Now I've swatched, which is why the yarn looks like this. Because I swatched and then I unpicked the swatch to make sure I have enough yarn. This is all through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. I've had this yarn in my stash for quite a long time, this yarn in particular. And I think potentially maybe some moths got to it at some point in the old house, not in the current house, which is sad, annoying and frustrating, but can't do much about it, unfortunately. So yes, annoying. But these are Dreamy of Candy Unicorn, which is a beautiful colourway that Selena dyes. And this one is Celine. That's Dreamy of Candy Unicorn. Celine. And I bought this from her collection last year, and it's so beautiful. So I'm holding all three of these together to make a doppio, and I'm going to be casting that on tonight whilst we watch the new Glass Onion. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm very excited to watch that. So I'm going to be casting on my doppio, and I'm going to vlog the experience, which is another reason I've held off on casting it on, which sounds really stupid, but like, I want to do more knitting content, and I don't want to just like cast it on of an evening when I'm sat in my jammies. I want to like talk about it first and stuff. So yeah, that was the plan for my birthday, and obviously that just didn't work out, but it's going to be a really beautiful, subtle doppio. I'm excited. I've heard great things about the doppio pattern, so I'm jazzed. The pickle's just woken up, so if you hear any background noise, Maria's just gone in to get her, and sometimes she's a little disorientated after her nap. But so these two are Dream of Candy Unicorns. I'd bought them at different points, but that's absolutely fine. Beautiful. It's very subtle colour shifts. And then this is Celine, and I just think they're going to be so pretty together. Selena's new labels. So it's through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. And yeah, so these two are 100% superwash merino. This one is 72% mohair, 28% silk. This is her High Fantasy base. This is an old base that she doesn't carry anymore. As you can see, the skein is different, but it's an old colourway that she doesn't, old base that she doesn't really, she switched to this one, is what I'm trying to say. And then this is her magical mohair base, and I just think it's going to be really nice. So I'm going to cast that on tonight. I'm excited. I've already swatched, so I already know what needles I need to use, because I remember, because I swatched the day before my birthday and it just never came into fruition. So I'm doing it tonight. Jazzed. That's how I'm spending my New Year's Eve. And I will likely go to bed before midnight. I'll put a little note on the screen to let you know, but I will likely be tired and yeah, go to bed far before midnight, and that is absolutely fine. That's okay. So What did you get up to at New Year's? Let me know. Did you cast on a new project? But I'm excited to work on this, and hopefully, I know it's another stocking stitch pattern. I literally just said I want to do something a bit more interesting than just stocking stitch, but I do also think that I also do want a jumper, and I've wanted to knit a doppio for a really, really long time. So that is what I'm going to do. In terms of business things, all is quiet at the moment. All is calm, all is bright, because it's been Christmas, and so I've just been getting the Christmas Eve cast-ons shipped, and I will be starting to work on I'm vending at East Anglia Yarn Festival in March, and I will be vending at the Wool Monty in June. So it's going to be like action stations for making stitch markers, basically, until the cows come home, as well as doing the yarn for the Patreon mini skeins. And yeah, so just not too much to report business wise. People seem to really like the advent calendar this year. Thank you very, very much. I need to take a picture of the 20 gram ones, because I've not done that yet. So I need to take a picture of the 20 gram advent and post it on Instagram so you can see it. But this is positive feedback, so thank you very much. I'm so glad that you like it. It makes me very happy. I haven't got anything new life stuff to share with you. In terms of like 2026 goals, I would like to read more, always. My goal is 12 books, one a month. I think I should be able to do that. That's physically reading. I won't count audiobooks towards those 12, but they will be counted in my final tally of the year, but there won't be one of the 12. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But I'd like to read more because I've fallen off of that, and I'm finding that I'm doom scrolling more, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to try and stop doom scrolling as much, read a bit more. Mario's been really good at reading this year, and I want to try and do that more. I also want to use my stash more. I want to get at least 2 garments made, including this one that I just showed you that I haven't cast on yet. I want to get at least 2 garments made, because last year I finished 1. And maybe 2 advent projects, because I've got quite a few advent calendars building up. I had a beautiful one from Gem of the Little Grey Girl. It's downstairs still. I need to bring it upstairs. It's absolutely stunning. So I think I want to make a cowl with that, and maybe a litmus cowl. That could work quite well, actually. And then I just want to get 2 sweater quantities used in my stash, at least. If I could do more, wonderful. But I want to get at least 2 garments made this year for myself. And then obviously still knitting for the pickle and blah, 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 blah. Maybe also I knit Mario another jumper this year. I've not done that in a while. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, yeah, and then other than that, it's just kind of, I've got a great idea for Advent this year. I have also an idea for Advent next year, because I was toying between 2 ideas. So now I've just got 2 years of Advent. And then I was going to do a yarn club, but I don't know. I've talked about this quite a lot, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but I'm struggling to fit what I used to do work-wise into my current life. So I used to be able to work 7 days a week. I didn't work all day every day, but I would work every day. And all of a sudden I have 3.5 days a week, and I'm trying to earn the same amount of money now with 3.5 days that I did when I had 7 days a week to work. So I just need to like shift things up a little bit. I've got all these grand plans to knit more, but at the same time I know for a fact in the evenings I'm going to be working, so I will not be able to knit loads. So yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky, but I just need to, yeah. There's like, I want a bit more work-life balance. Unfortunately, I need to work a bit more in the evenings. Not just so not to the point of burnout, but like, you know, I need to bring back bead weaving at night, for example. So I'm going to try to not have too many great plans. One of my great plans though is to just use up some stash and don't buy as much yarn, and try not to keep loads of yarn because that's also a thing that I have a tendency to do. Oh, this is a nice colour, let me keep it. Oh no, I shouldn't, I can't use it. What projects will you, let me live vicariously through you instead. What projects are you going to be working on this year? What are you hoping to do? Any goals? Are you making your first garment? Have you ever knitted a sock? I was going to do a tutorial on sock knitting, but I don't know if that's a thing that people, oh sorry, I've just zipped this up. I don't know if that's a thing that people want. Other than that, I don't think I have an awful lot to report to you. So a little bit of a shorter-ish podcast. Let me know what you've been up to. Let me know how you've spent the festivities. Let me know what projects you're currently working on, what you're hoping to cast on, and all of that good and fun stuff. And with all that being said, I need to go and return Marier's socks back to him, and I will speak to you all very soon in my next video. Bye.